Hi, everybody. Hello, it is I, Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. And, you know, you might be wondering what I was doing right before I went live. Hi, everybody. I was trying to get my. So here's the thing. I was like, okay, hey, PS4, how are you doing? How's it going? Boop, 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 boop. That's the dance you do when you're trying to get the PS4 to work. And the PS4 is certainly working. There is a problem with my controllers. And the thing is, I was like, oh, I just imagine my controllers don't have any juice. You know what I mean? Like they're out of battery power. So I just plugged it in a little bit, and they're uh, they're not. I feel like they have no juice. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I feel like because that's the image for recharging. I feel like PH, how are you? I feel like they have no juice. I was blocking out the sun. It must be. Wait, feels like dancing on the sun. Feels like dancing on. I do need to get more controller juice. This is what I think. I Ice Bunny. Look. I'm gonna. How? Oh, the control. I mean, this is a PS4. It's not that bad. It's like a PS. And I actually have two controllers. Boop. Uh, and this one is older than this one, and I just have questions. Uh, uh, Juicing my controller usually, if you do juice it, I got yeah. So anyway, what I figured I'd do is I figured that I would stall while I hope this will get enough juice. Oh, the older one's better. It is known. The experience, yeah, they age like a fine wine. So I figure what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the banjo, and hopefully I can do that. And maybe by the time uh, I finish playing the banjo, this will have charged enough that I can use it. I hope. If not, we're gonna do something else. But like, I want my PS4 to controllers to charge, and I have two, and I felt like has it really been that long since I played the PS4? Maybe it has, but I keep, I'm like, okay, how about if I do this? If I just do this, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to see if the controller will give me love, because it's beeping at me, and I don't know, I don't know. Uh, I'm gonna play the banjo while we are stalling, trying to get the controller to be functioning. I'm gonna stall by playing the banjo. That's what I'm gonna do. You see how life is. Oh, there's something I wanted to tell you. You don't need to know this. You don't need to know, but I'll tell you anyway. I'm wearing my Thai fisherman's pants because today I'm playing Wakati in Tidal Blades, and I go full method. Uh, uh, is I wish it were some kind of controller magic show. Oof, I'm gonna get my banjo. Green pants. Oh no, I got the Ice Bunny. I said that I did not wear color, and I was trying to go and get more warm colors uh, into my wardrobe. And these green pants are for my character, who's a fish person, but also they're a color. See? All right, let me get my banjo out. I'm gonna get my banjo out. And I feel like while I play the banjo, clearly what's gonna happen is what is this pick doing here? I don't know what that's doing there. By the time I finish the banjo, the controller will be all beautiful and perfect and will not have any problems, right? Green screen pants? Oh, I hadn't thought about green screen pants. Yeah. Uh, I'm a sweet, innocent fish kid. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't. Look, we'll see what happens when we get there. If we don't, we will adjust. It will be fine. All right. So here's the thing, though. I've got to take my headphones off. No, no, no. Oh, good. Grab your guitar. Good morning, Grubbleskin. Yeah. I'm taking my headphones off, so don't say anything because I can't hear you if you say something. Oh, speaking of saying something, you know what I was thinking? I need. I have a need for speed. No, that's not. That's just. What was that? I have a need for. That was. Was that was that a Top Gun? Was that Top Gun? Probably, maybe. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, wrong finger pick. Sorry. Uh, this one. Oh, I've got to tell you. Thank you. It was Top Gun. Thank you. Look, I have bad news. Nope. Here we go. I have bad news. It's quite disappointing. You'll be like, what? So here's the thing. I have a couple of banjos, right? As you probably know this about me. Uh, and bad news again. And so I've got a couple banjos. I have an electric banjo, but there's a banjo that I've been wanting for a really long time. It's a Neckville, and Neckville creates these MIDI banjos that have MIDI pickups so that I could um, put samples. You know, I could put like samples per string or per fret. So if I wanted to, I could have like a sample up here. Probably wouldn't put it there. I'd probably put it. I'd probably have like little samples up here, and so that I could be playing the banjo, and then sample something, and I could do all sorts of things. I could make the banjo sound like whatever I wanted. And so for years, I've been wanting one of these MIDI banjo controllers for years, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go and make an inquiry. So I emailed when I first got to Atlanta to sort of figure out like if I could, like to go and order one. And I said, hey, I'm interested in ordering one of these. And the fella said, um, it'll take like 10 months to make something like that. It was gonna take like 10 months, something like this. Graphtech is something like that for electric guitars, and they sound, yeah, right. No, you play them just like a regular guitar. It's just that you have to program little bits into it, which would be fine for me because I can do that sort of stuff. Anyway, so when I got to Atlanta and I was like, well, I should do this. They said it would take 10 months, and I was like, ugh. So I just didn't get around to it. The world may not even last that long. But I was like, you know what? I just didn't get around to like ordering it because I was hoping I could get it before I left Atlanta so I could play when I was down there. And it was gonna take 10 months, so I was like, you know what? I just kind of didn't think about it. And then when I got back here, because they have to make it custom, right? So when I got back here, madness, as you all know. But then I thought, you know what? Um, my madness is calming down some. I'm gonna have to do the secret project writing today and tomorrow and Monday. But let me go and recontact them. So I just recontacted them and I was like, hey, I emailed earlier and I was thinking about getting this MIDI banjo made. And you know what they said to me? I just got the email back. Hey, Lone Koo. They said uh, they said sad things. They said that they were, uh, I think, because of the price of electronics, they are not going. They've decided to stop making them. They said, we have an electric banjo. You could try to get that. And I was like, but I have an electric banjo. I wanted a MIDI banjo. And it looks like they've stopped making them, but I am going to email them back and I'm going to say, "Oh, really? Are you sure?" Because if all this time, if all this time it was the oh, let me see. Let me tell you which one it was. Did they take it was the Cosmos. Uh yeah. I think they've taken it off their website. I was going to show you. I was going to show you the banjo. but it looks like they've taken it. Uh, uh, there is the used market. Well, the thing is, the piezo picks up. They have that, but that's their electric banjo. Like their electric banjo has the piezo pickup system, and that, but that just electrifies the banjo. And I have an electric banjo. You know what I mean? I have one, but I wanted the MIDI banjo so that I could use it for like really weird electronic music. But there is. Let me see if I can find this for you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Um, Cosmos MIDI banjo. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I might just have to sort of look. I might just have to look. I might just have to look in the used market. You know what I mean? I just might just have to. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that I'm thinking about it. It is the sadness. It is very much the sadness. Also, I feel like you are hearing things I don't want you to hear. That's an ad. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. Do not listen to any ads. I do not approve of ads. I don't want you hearing them. I don't want you thinking about them. And this video does not have any actual banjo sounds. I want to look. I saw a really cool video, and I want to see if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. Is the MIDI banjo on the smaller side, so it would be an itty bitty MIDI banjo, or a mini MIDI banjo, which is like bitty bitty bum bum. I could ask to be put on a waiting list. I will. You know, I think I will do that. You can buy 2 shares of the company and create a fuss. No, don't listen. You could pull the I'm a professor. They don't care about that. No. Do not. I have to roll for. Do not listen. Let me turn off. Look, if I can show you, and I can show you how cool it is. Let me see MIDI. Let me try this because look, if I can, I will pull this up and then I will show it to you so you at least can see what I'm talking about. Because I want you to see this so you can see what it is that I'm missing. I want you to know what I will never have anymore because my life is so sad. I hope they didn't take it off of the website. No, come on. Look, I know we're hanging out here with me trying to find this. It used to be online. If I can find it, because I want you to see, because it was really cool. But synthesizer. Okay, so here's good enough, right? Good, I think I got it. Hey, Val. Yeah, I'm going to show you the sadness, like all the sadness that I have. Well, you know, the thing about Neckville is that they are custom banjo makers, but let's see what we can do. All right. I've got to put my headphones in. I've got to put my headphones back in so I can at least hear what's going on here. All right, so this is the banjo that I wanted to get that costs way too much money, but oh, you're hearing it already. I didn't want you to hear it already. Here, let me move this here, and then let me move this here, and then this here, so that you can see it here. All right, so now you should be able to see and hear it. Here we go. Oh, you can't hear it. You know, I think it's because I canceled. I think it's because I canceled your audio because I didn't want you hearing anything. Okay, now you should be able to hear it. Okay, here we go. How cool is that, right? It sounds like a piano. How cool is that, right? That is a Cosmos. That is a Neckville Cosmos. And I just went to the Neckville website and they do not sell it anymore, which makes it, that goes along with the terrible, 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 upsetting uh, email that they sent me where they said they weren't making them anymore. But like 6 months ago, I asked and they were like, sure. And then I just didn't have time to go and like follow up because I was, in Atlanta. And then now they're not making them. And look, I know that there's like a lot of stuff going on in the universe with electronics because people are, what are they doing? They're data mining or cryptocurrency or whatever it is they're doing. I was talking to Wandering DM Simon, who was saying that video cards are super expensive now because crypto people mine cryptocurrency using video cards, but they also burn through them. So like they'll get the video cards, they'll attach them to a Raspberry Pi, and they'll like mine cryptocurrency until they burn the video cards. So basically, all the really good video cards, crypto people are just buying up and then burning through, which is causing like a huge spike in video card costs. Which I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And Colonel RPG said this is true. And then, oh my gosh, Wandering DM Simon. By the way, I'm gonna play the banjo. Told me this amazing thing, which was interesting. That there was he linked me an article, like a news article from the UK about their drug police. Like their like special drug police task force. They're like big drug police task force. Uh, Procrastination is the destination for devastation. It is true. The narcs, yes, like they're narcs. It was a, but the thing is, I was like, it's going to take 10 months anyway before I'm going to make it, and I'm going to leave Atlanta by this time, so I might as well. And I didn't know exactly where I was going to be living when I got back to Massachusetts, so I didn't want to order the banjo when I didn't know what my address was going to be, so I just didn't do it. And now my life. Uh, Warring the place that has the neon gas that is needed to make chips. Mm. Yeah, that's why you should not buy used graphics card right now, probably ever, but especially not right now. Chances are used to mine crypto. Oh, I didn't know that. Wizard style so interesting. So the narcotics folks had this tip. Well, they didn't have a tip, but they got a they how like they do their analysis or whatever. So they're doing their analysis and they're like, we think we've got this massive like secret weed growing place. You're silly. Yeah, you're stuck in that trap too. Cause like you're like anyway. So they had this big weed growing place where like the weed is grown. Well, they didn't know, but they had like indication that there was like some kind of massive illegal weed growing place happening because there was this like warehouse that was drawing huge amounts of power from the grid illegally. And there's all this heat coming off of it, which is like all signs of like grow lamps and whatever for marijuana. So they go in there to like raid this big warehouse, which they were certain was full of all sorts of marijuana, but it wasn't. They were crypto mining. They were the grain or the funny tobacco. I don't think there is a marijuana grain, right? I only know the term marijuana for the tobacco. Well, it's a plant, it's not tobacco. I actually have no idea. I've never heard of a marijuana grain. I've never heard of one. But it was cryptocurrency people. They had been like they were basically nope, don't go anywhere. Um, they were they were they were, you know, illegally taking wheat. Oh, hemp. Uh, do your thing. Do your thing. Whoop. We're putting it. We're messing with my PS4.
Name game.
Colonel RPG just said crypto is bad, but also Colonel RPG just subbed, and you know what that means? That means to me it sounds well hemp and marijuana are two different words, Ice Bunny. Uh, oh, so wheat and hemp sound the same to you as words? Uh, wheat and hemp sound the same. Oh, wheat and weed. Ah, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I was like, wait, uh, thank you. That wheat and weed sound the same. Uh, Thank you. Oh, there's a software system update going on. Nice. Okay, okay, that makes sense. But look, I didn't know because my German friends um, told me that they cannot hear the difference between, hey, Dusky Pink, between W and V. The W and the V sound. My German friends, because some of my German friends would say like uh, violin or vampire as opposed to violin or vampire, and I was like, "What's going on?" Right? Like it's I don't understand, right? But anyway, the point is that there isn't vampires are real. There isn't a W sound in German. Like hey other doc, there isn't a W sound in German, right? So they don't have the W sound. Um, they have a V and an F sound, but they don't have a W sound. And so my German friends could not hear the difference between a W and a V, even though in my ears they sound very, very different. They also look different in your mouth. Like a V is different than a W. But so I was wondering if because Ice Bunny speaks Danish and also German. Like maybe hemp and wheat sound the same. But it turns out it was just weed and wheat. So there you go. Silly says, this is a thing learning languages. We used to say that if you can't say the difference, then you can't hear the difference. It was a problem for people learning Arabic too. Yeah, and like I had a really hard time with the difference between um oo and u because for me those things are quite subtle. Like I feel like the other umlaut ones was like o and like that's for me that's those are very different. Or um a and for me those things are very different. Theta versus fata versus theta, that's very different. Or uh, Knoblauch versus I don't know Knochen. Like those things sound different to me. But like the difference between schwul and schwul and schwul is really subtle for me. Like that's a very subtle difference. And no, but like I'm not. It's not. No, I'm not saying. Look, if my German friends couldn't hear the difference between W and a V, I thought it could have been like a language thing. That's all. I thought it could have been a language thing. I was, um, Other doc says, back in my LARPing days, I used to jokingly refer to vampire as Womper. Very few people got it. I get it. The difference between fit and feet is also really hard for Portuguese natives. Oh, interesting. Um, but Ice Bunny, you're not just being mean to yourself. You're using a slur, right? You're using a slur that harms other people too. So let's not use the R word because you're not just being mean to yourself. You're being mean to like you're using a slur. Um, yeah. So I I was you know we stalled long enough for the controller to get enough juice. Yes. Just for the record, we have enough juice. I am so excited. Okay. Many Asians, yeah, many Asian speakers struggle with the L and the R because But then again, as a English speaker, when I was in Korea and wanting to learn Korean a little bit, um, they have a letter that is in between an L and an R. It's like halfway between those two sounds, and that was hard for me to learn, right? Because it's not an L and it's not an R. It's this letter in between, and that was hard. That was hard to learn. Um, I spent a high school year in '87 as an exchange student. the name of a rival team was the West High Vikings. We had the exact problem pronouncing it right. The V and the W are talking about. Oh, yeah, right. Schwul and schwul. I think I got it there. That's just a very hard. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Juice packs have arrived. But I'm gonna play. Arabic has three different H sounds. Oh, interesting. And that was very difficult for English speakers than the sounds that just aren't in English. Yeah, like the umlaut U we don't have in English. The TH sound in English is new. It took me a while to say birthday. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of Germans who can't do the THs either. Oh, actually, I think a lot of Europeans can't do the TH because I don't think that sound is in a lot of other languages at all. And of course, the thing in English is we have two different THs, right? We have the aspirated th and the unaspirated th, the hard th or the soft th, right? The difference between the and with, right? Like the voiced and unvoiced, that's what we call it. The voiced th and the unvoiced th, which is the difference between a v and an f, right? Then f is unvoiced and the v is voiced, so v versus f. Yeah. We have two. So that is a voiced th, and with is a unvoiced th. So thistle, thistle, thistle is unvoiced. Birthday is unvoiced, but that I think our voiced are mostly. Do we have any voiced ths at the end of words? Wither, we have some in the middle. Wither is a voiced wither. That wither. Let me see. If a cultist tries to summon a great old one and has a lisp, how does it affect? Yes, it does, Volus dude. We have a soft D that is a DL sound. Tooth, that's unvoiced. Uh, Tooth is unvoiced. Both is unvoiced. Wither is voiced. I don't think I pronounced the DL yet. I have to hear it. So a lot of my friends who are German, but actually some French speakers as well. What I know they'll do a D for the voiced. So we always make fun of Germans and say that they do the Z sound um, for th, like this is not. So what I notice they'll do like a Z for the voiced and an S for the unvoiced, but sometimes they'll do a D. Um, so like they'll go this for this or wis for with, um, or sometimes they'll do duh, like dat for that. But that's because the th sound is just not in the language. Yeah, this is not right. Yeah, Dutch would use a D. So sometimes you'll get a D or sometimes you'll get a Z sound, depending on the speaker how they learned. Yeah. So but then in English we don't have so okay. So here's an equivalent in German. There are two different th sounds in German. There's a voiced and an unvoiced ch, as a matter of fact, right? So ach is the voiced, and ich is the unvoiced. So ich liebe dich. Those are two unvoiced chs, but ach or bach, uh, knochen. I think knochen is a voiced ch. Yeah. So like usually between like open vowels, och, ach, you'll have the voiced ch, but between closed vowels like ich, um, you'll have the unvoiced ch. So German has a voiced and unvoiced ch, but that one um no sch is a different sound because there is no sc. Ich is just ich, ich, but it's a softer sound ich. That's ich. And then there's ach, which is ach, and those are two different ch sounds. But sch is just a sh, right? Like sh. Although if you're Bavarian, everything's a sh. Uh, Spezi, Spitze. Uh, Millie says, I can't write in Arabic. Ooh, lack of input, no one can read it. So I can't give good examples. But they have Hamza, which is a glottal stop. Oh, which gives English speakers all kinds of problems. Oh, that sounds very interesting. Glottal, right? We don't have glottal stops in English. Look, I've got my ch's down, but I just don't like the u umlaut still gives me trouble. That's one of the ones that still gives me trouble. Spezi is the beverage and it's the best. Spezi is Spitze. Spitze is the best. So if you do not know, those of you who have never had Spezi, which is a German soda, and it is like Coke and orange Fanta mixed, is what it's like, and it's delicious. It's delicious, and I love it. Uh, I love it very, very much. It is banjo time. Do we have DST? Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm gonna play down the road if I can remember it. If I can remember it, I don't know if I can remember it, but uh, we will see. Also, I feel like you want subtitles Bavarian. I learned Bavarian, so I actually don't need the subtitles for it because that is my entire life. Also, where did those lyrics go? There they go. Okay, 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 okay. So I'm gonna play down the road if I could. Yeah, I was stalling because I was trying to get juice to my controller. So again, please remember, I have not practiced at all. Oh, we spring forward tomorrow, so we lose an hour. Mm, okay, we lose an hour. So remember, I've not practiced in. If you play down the road, PH, I love you. If we play down the, remember, I haven't practiced in like 2 months, so you're gonna. But that's also why I'm playing because I figured if I play, then I'll have to. If I play for you on Saturdays, then I'll just have to try to get. At least I'll get some practice in, even if it's gonna sound bad, and I don't remember anything. Well, down the road, just a mile or two, lived a little girl named Pearly Blue. About so high and her hair is brown. Prettiest thing boys in this town. Now anytime you wanna go where I'm headed down the road, get my girl on the line. I'm there most any old time. Every day and Sunday too, go to see my Pearly Blue. For you hear that rooster crow, see me headed down that road. Well, old man Flat, he had the farm, from the hog lot to the barn, from the barn to the rail. Made a living by carrying a bale. Now every time I get the blues, this comes right off my shoes. Don't know why I love her so. Gal of mine lives down that road. Right in there. Look, I'm out of practice for that one, and that one's like a full-on Scruggs style, so it's a little, you got it, you got it. Well, down the road, just a mile or two, there's a little girl named Curly Blue. Out so high, her hair is brown. Biggest thing boys in this town. Now, anytime you wanna know where I'm headed down that road, get my girl on the line. Find me there most any old time. Now every day and Sunday too, Curly Blue. Don't, before you hear that rooster crow, see me headed down that road. Now old man Fatty at the farm, from the hog lot to the barn, from the barn to the rail, he's living by carrying a pail. Now every time I get the blues, right off my shoe. Don't know why I love her so. Got a mind lives on that road. Better that time. Better. Better, better. What German is this, trooper? Let me find out. Let me find out. Ich sitze bei das Außenlicht und die Nähe, die Appenknöpfe und I don't know the rest of it. Hey, Vulpes, by the way, can I get another banjo song instead of a name game? I see you, Vulpes. I see you. I see you. Maybe. Licht is light, I think. Oh, it is. It is, I sit by the, Außenlicht. Außer could be like outer and, near, Knopf is button, but I don't know Appen. I don't know Appen. Someone Thursday mentioned growing up on country. Oh, I did. Trooper, is the fifth string a duplicate of the fourth so that you can have more control over the bass? No, it is not actually. I do have two negative C's, although Vulpes wants a banjo song. I sit by the light of the sky and sew buttons. Außer. Oh, außer, like, it could be the light of the sky. But, no, actually, the fifth string here is actually a high string. It is, in G tuning, it's a high G. So, if you play the strings from top to bottom, you can see this, right? Yes, yes. Well, that's a little out of tune. Yeah, so the fifth string is a high string. And this is this fifth string is really kind of what makes the banjo idiomatic. I mean, you can buy banjos. There are banjos called plectrum banjos, which are banjos with the same kind of banjo without the fifth string. But those are all later, and you can get a four-string banjo, which is like a tenor banjo. They don't have this fifth string. You can buy like a gitjo, which is like basically just a guitar, but with a banjo body. So if you're a guitar player and you want to sound like you're a banjo player, you can just play a gitjo. But I'm going to tell you, it doesn't sound like a banjo. I mean, it has a banjo tone, but it doesn't have the banjo idiom. I'm German. I don't know Appen, so I assume it's some old folk song. Could be, right? I don't know that one. So here's the thing. This fifth string is a drone string, and if you're playing like so the way that the banjo was originally played, which I am not good at because I've not practiced this style of banjo playing, which I will practice it. No, see the thing is, Barentor, you get the. Here's the thing: you definitely get the twang. You 100% to get the twang of um of the banjo with a gitjo because it has the banjo sound. But the problem is that that is Pethu spoken in Flensburg. Technical Danish grammar with German words and happen is off. Das Außerlicht is the light off. Außerlicht, das Außer, the light off. I sit. Where were we? Ich sitze bei das Außerlicht und nähe die Appenknöpfe. So I sit by the I sit with the lights out and sew some kind of buttons. I don't know what Appen is. Um, uh, oh, it's ab as in an adjective. Appen. Oh, ab. And so I sit with the light out and sew buttons. Uh, I sit in the dark and sew on the buttons. Ah, sew on the buttons. Ah, nice. So the thing is, right, about the banjo is that this fifth string is a drone string, and so when you play in the Scruggs style or the Scruggs style or the Keith style, um, Reno, not really, but this fifth. So if you go with the current three string, three finger up picking styles, this um, this drone does work. So if I'm playing the banjo, right? If I'm playing like a, so I can play like a regular. So first off, because it's a three finger style, we often use a 3-3-2 pattern, which you might know as the clave pattern, which is like a da 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 that's that's a that's the, or actually if the full clave pattern is, that's the clave pattern, which you know as bo diddly had you heard, or I want candy, or if you just listen to any kind of like salsa Latin music, that this is all over everywhere. But that first 3-3-2 part is called the is it's called the Gahu bell pattern, and it's Ewe, so it's from Ghana, and when black people were kidnapped and forced to come to the United States under slavery, they brought their music with them, and that particular pattern it comes from Africa, and it made its way. So like all that stuff that you hear in Latin music, that's actually a Ghanaian drum pattern that was part of African retentions, and that particular 3-3-2, it's a kind of it's a polyrhythm. It's like a different sort of rhythmic sort of situation. Um, that is also in banjo patterns because the banjo, right, is an African instrument. So what your basic forward roll in the banjo is oh, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, you probably can see it. Who knows if you can see it? Let me see what you can see. I'm gonna pull this up so I can see better. By the way, I have a taller chair that I have to build, and once I build this taller chair, you're gonna be able to see these things much easier. You got a scam call from Germany? Oh no. Um, the Abendknopfen are the buttons that got loose. And it means I sit in the dark and say, yeah. Ach de Liebe, this is to me back to school. Oh, I hate learning prepositions. Oh, I know, right? No matter how much sense you think they make, they flat out just don't. Prepositions are completely arbitrary, and learning languages exposes that, yes. When I was a teenager, I took guitar lessons from a college student that spent a lot of time relating music to geometry, and it flew over my head at the time, but it makes a lot more sense now. Ah. If you can build a chair, you can build a banjo. I don't know if that's true. Is that no? It's actually eight. Oh no. So what it would be if you want to do it music theory wise, um, it is so you're gonna want to think of pulses of eight. So you're gonna think of eight. So it's a quarter and a half, quarter and a half, quarter. So it is a beat on the one, the and of two, and then the four. So if you're gonna go, so if you were doing it, if you're gonna conduct it, right? So if you're gonna conduct, you would go um, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're conducting. Now I conduct with my left hand, even though you're not supposed to, but I'm left-handed, so I don't care. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba 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 ba. It's a dotted quarter. It's two dotted quarters in a quarter note. So you go ba, uh, 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 right? So that's the 3-3-2 pattern. Uh, so dotted quarter, quarter. But of course, originally they're not thinking about it in terms of the Western rhythmic system at all, right? For them, it is not dotted quarter, quarter. It is, and it's a this bell pattern is actually the it is a really important. So the way they do rhythm in, let's say, Ghanaian and various West African cultures is that rather than doing rhythm the way that we understand it, with like everything's in 4/4 and you do this, what they do is uh, they have these basic patterns, right? And this is one of the basic patterns, and that is the rhythm that you work off of. You're not thinking 4/4, you're thinking. And so you have somebody who's playing the bell and they're playing that pattern, and then the other drummers come in and they do their patterns on top. And so they're thinking about, how do I interlock with that bell pattern? So if the bell is going, and the bell, you have a bell because it's very loud, it rings through all the rest of the drums. And so one drum is like, okay, so my part, if they're going, that's the bell, my part's going to be, and then some other drummer's like, okay, then my part is, and somebody else is like, okay, well, my part is, right? And then all these little different little patterns overlay on top of each other to make this whole big sound, but it's not really working off the Western method. And people who are ethnomusicologists try to like transcribe it and make it make sense for Western understandings of drumming, but it's actually just working on a different system. Um, Rissa says, "Oh, only Tripper can do that, and I do think he may play for a little while his control is really charging. I'm charging." He said, "Finish this thought," and saying, "Yes." So yeah, that's absolutely correct, Dennis. Everybody has to work around that one rhythm. So there is this one base rhythm, right? That is like, it's usually on a bell, is what it usually is. There's like a lead rhythm, and then everybody has to work their pattern within it. Absolutely. Valtio says interlocking patterns was how the student teacher was explaining it, but used interlocking shapes as the wording. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you have these interlocking rhythmic patterns. We're technically on only an hour into the stream, and he's always chatty when he misses a Saturday stream from. This is actually true, Rissa. Millie says patterns and syncopation are so much a tradition of African rhythms, in my impression. Yes. So what's really interesting about that is the concept of syncopation may not actually work, and it's really interesting to think about this for a moment. I want to finish your comments and I'll tell you. Colonel says, I can't imagine begin to imagine what a society with music could be like, where it's so accessible and shared. I have something to play for you. Can I do that? I have something to play for you. I would like to learn tabla, but my mind falls apart on syncopation. Let me get back to syncopation. Making music is so unattainable today, unfortunately. It's not. It's that, Colonel, it's not true. Making music is not unattainable. Maybe making music like Beyonce is unattainable, but you don't have to make music like Beyonce. You can make music like however you want. You can just sing a song. Sing it loud, sing it long. And it doesn't matter if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. You just sing. So okay, I have something I'm going to play for you. I don't know if this is going to get muted, but I want to play it for you because I want you to hear it. Wait, so how did they record the songs, or did they? Well, a lot of those things weren't recorded at all, right? But, okay, so look, remind me to tell you about syncopation, but first, we were talking about accessible and like part of, raise your voice in a joyous note, it's not perfect, yes. Okay, so look, I'm going to play for you a piece of music because I can. Actually, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to play it for you anyway, and if it gets muted, it gets muted. So there you go. So this is, look, I feel like I should be able to play this, but you know how everything is everybody, they're like copyright trolls. So what I'm going to play for you right now was recorded by an ethnomusicologist in 1975. And what you're hearing right now is, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what you're hearing. I'm not going to tell you what this is. I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play this for you. And then I'm going to turn up the volume though. Mickey Hart and all his work bringing hand drumming traditions together are one of the things that, yes. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. And after I play it, then I will tell you what it is because I feel like that's a bit more exciting. So, okay, so this is so just what I want you to listen to is interlocking patterns of rhythms. So when you listen to this, I want you to first take a couple of seconds to let your ears get used to what you're hearing. You're going to hear some stuff, and I just want like just let your ears get used to it, and then once your ears get used to it, pick out one instrument or sound and listen to that. Try to focus on that and hear what it's doing, and then pick a different one so you can try to hear the different interlocking patterns, and then let yourself come back to the full sound again. And then I'll tell you what this is. Oh, I don't have my headphones in, so I can't hear it. So that's the whole recording of it. And you might say, well, what is that? And Colonel's like, oh, this is beautiful. And even more beautiful, even if it's played like I think it is. Emily says that sounds like a hand drumming circle without drums. This is, first off, that was completely improvised. And it was postal workers working doing sorting mail at the University of Ghana. So these were postal workers at the University of Ghana sorting mail. And as they were sorting mail, because it's a long workday, it's just like sorting mail all the time. And they should just stamp the letters and like sort the letters. And that is them um, improvising rhythmically and with melody while they're stamping letters. So this was them at the workplace stamping letters and sorting letters at the University of Ghana. Yep. Colonel, I was going to say it's work tools, and I was yes. Well, there are work tools involved, right? Because they're stamps, right? Like they had the letter stamps, and so absolutely work tools, absolutely. So this is just people at work at the University of Ghana. This was recorded in the '70s, just improvising together, making music together, right? And You can tell they had like they created like a bass rhythm that they were working on, and then people would sort of then yeah, totally sounded like something. Then people would then sort of add on to that rhythm with like the whistling and like different like right. So yeah, so that's a different model of understanding rhythm than we are taught in the West, where we think we have like this is in 4/4, it's in 3/4, like, and this is it. My hands were bruised for a week after I saw Stomp Live. You know, Millie, I've got a link that I should put in Discord that you'll find really interesting. Uh, because before Stomp was Stomp, they did this kind of performance art thing in the 1980s called Yes No Yes No People, and it's really interesting. And if you like the drums, I'm gonna link it. Let me see if I can find the piece, and I'm gonna link it for you in the Discord, and then you can watch it. Dennis says, I took various classes on music theory and band throughout my school experience, and I mostly stayed with percussion stuff. Oh, cool. An activity in high school and band is the director would play a part of a song or just a mix of scales, and everyone would deliberate for like 10 minutes and think of what they're going to play. And I can't tell anyone. If it was good, we would play it at a competition. Those were the best moments in school. I had, oh, nice. Nice. That is so cool. Um, so, um, right. So that said, oh, I should say this about syncopation. So syncopation doesn't really work exactly within the African model because syncopation requires, at least not the way we understand it. So, um, how do I explain this? So, in the Western model, we have a pulse that is the pulse that we're supposed to understand it, right? And it has a hierarchy. So in 4/4, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, right? When there are four beats, in a measure, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. In the Western system, almost everything is within a hierarchy. And by the way, I'm going to sing the name game. Know it. Everything's within a hierarchy. So if you're in 4/4, the one is the most important beat, and that one takes the most emphasis normally. One, and then three is the next most emphasized, and the two and three are sort of like offbeats. They're not as important because everything within our system is hierarchical. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, right? So that is our rhythm, and that's what we're supposed to be thinking of in our mind. And syncopation is when you play something that pulls away from this structure, right? So if we're going, here's a good example. I may know that word in Danish, or maybe I think in German it's probably the same thing. It's like, something like syncopation, probably. Um, so the song "I Can't Get No Satisfaction," right, by the Rolling Stones, um, is so a lot of black music uses syncopation to pull against the structure, right, to sort of resist the structure. And in many ways, as a matter of fact, people got really freaked out by syncopation when it started showing up in ragtime. I mean, like there was syncopation before ragtime, but yes, Valtiel, but ragtime was all about syncopation, and that really freaked out a lot of people because they thought it would like destroy your mind. There's panic. So if you did "Can't Get No Satisfaction" without syncopation, you would go, ooh, I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. Because now I'm on the beat the entire time, but that is not how they sing it. They go, I can't get no satisfaction. So if I do it in, if I conduct it, you might be able to see it a little bit better. Millie says the tabla has a left drum and a right drum. In my understanding, you would almost never be playing the same rhythm with the left hand as with the right. Yeah, you'd be playing a 7 count on the left and a 13 count. Yeah, because that's some high level drumming right there. So you're gonna do this. I'm gonna connect like this. You can maybe see boom, 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 and I'm gonna try to do this. And so the downbeat right here, boom, that's the downbeat. That's the one. So whenever you go down, it's the one. It's what you call it, the downbeat. Boom, 2, 3, and then the upbeat right in 4/4 time, the upbeat's the 4. If you're in 3/4, the upbeat's the 3. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So you can see it, right? And if I were to do satisfaction with no syncopation, I would do I can't get no satisfaction. Right? And then I have everything on the one of the three, the most important beats. But that's not how they sing it. They try to syncopate. So they go, I. So now they do the first note on the two, which is still on the beat, but it's not the most important beat. So you're already like, ooh, exciting, right? I can't. And now the can't is somewhere in here, right? I can't. So the can't is basically on the and of the three. So that's a syncopated note because it's in the middle of those beats somewhere. I can't get no. And the no is not here. It's somewhere when I'm moving. I can't get no satisfaction. Right? So the way they actually sing it is syncopated because it's not on those beats. It's pulling away from the beats. So you have a sense of what the beats should be, but when you play notes that are pulling away from that, that would be syncopation. Or hello, Balrog. Or like what's another? There's a really good one. There's one that I really love. It's oh do you know oh yeah Mary Mary by the Monkees. Mary Mary, where you going to? Syncopio. Yeah, it's almost the same word, right? Where you go, Mary Mary, where you going to? It's the Monkees. Mary Mary, can I go to? All right. So in the song Mary Mary, at this point they go on to the. So it's like Mary Mary, where you going to? Where you go? You know, can I go to? And then it goes, what more, Mary, can I do? So it's everything's on the beat to prove that my love is truly yours. And then they syncopate. I've done more now than a clear thinking man. It's like the voice stays. Done more now than a clear thinking man would do. So like the melody is still on the beat, but the guitar does this weird like I bet I can't play because we get in trouble. I bet I can't play because we get in trouble. But if I play it for you, you would totally hear it. But I'd have to find it. I'm gonna play. Let me see if I can find it. Then Monkees. Because for me, it's a pretty clear. Where are my Monkees? Mary, there it is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna mute our sound so that you can't hear it, so that I can get to that moment, so I can just play that one little clip and I'll be less likely to get beat. You know what I mean? As when he says, then I just don't know the word, and my music teacher was not good at explaining stuff. He also said that you get a lower singing voice from smoking. Don't. No, yeah. Super has played more sophisticated. Wait, I'm gonna find it for you. Hold on. I'm gonna find it for you. Nope. Almost there. Your idea is just when two rhythms compete. The problem is that like if it's a polyrhythm, then it's not syncopation. What you'd think of as like African rhythm has a lot of competing rhythms, but they're not. They interlock, so they're not really syncopated. We're not having a music lesson. We're gonna stop and then we're gonna play because I've got the game up and I'm recharging. I just want to get the syncopated part. Hold on. Okay. So look, this is definitely under copyright, but I want you to hear it so you can understand this. So this is what I want you to do for this moment, if you would, is I need you to move your body with the beat. If you could, if you wanted to be really good, what you do is you move your head with the beat and then you tap 4/4 like on your shoulder or something like this. So you'd get something like because for me, doing it in your body is like the easiest way to feel it. Because it was just like I gotta get this idea out, right? So hold on. So this is your regular beat, right? All right. Right there. Those two little beats right there are syncopated because they're not on that space, right? Right, that pulls away. Yeah, and if you tap it and you like, because if you're tapping the regular beat here and then you're bopping along with that guitar part with your head, everything's cool because everything's together, and then it pulls off on those last two beats, right? And then you're like, oh, nope, not there anymore. And I can play it again for you right there so you can hear it. Right, like that's one very simple obvious sort of bit of syncopation right there, those last two notes. And those, but now what's important to note is that the reason why that feels syncopated to us is because we have a really strong sense of the regular beat. If the music didn't do that, it wouldn't feel that way, right? So it really works. It syncopation is a disruption, right? So syncopation is a disruption. It's pulling against the regular rhythm that we understand. So if the music doesn't have a regular rhythm that we understand, then you can't really have syncopation, right? If it has no rhythm, you can't really have syncopation. Or if the rhythm doesn't do that, you can't have syncopation. So syncopation uh, is when you have something that disrupts the hierarchical order of rhythm. And that's why it's not really accurate to call a lot of African or even like Latin music syncopated. I mean, I suppose you can, but some of the Latin music you can, because they don't have that same structure. So it's more interlocking rhythms. Like you have multiple rhythms that are interlocking rather than like a syncopation. The other one would be like um, soon. This is Irving Berlin, right? Soon we are nearly at 2 p.m. I'm gonna end. I'm gonna end at 3 because I have to. So I've got tidal blades. Soon we'll hear a tune that's gonna lift you out of your seat. So my old audition pieces. Soon you'll hear a tune that's gonna lift you out of your seat. Here we go. Everybody's here. You go. This is a good one. This is a good one. I remember watching this conductor die inside doing Oscar Prince at school in a video. Ooh. Okay, so there's a song "Everybody Step" by Irving Berlin, which has a syncopation in it, and it was one of my old audition songs. And this is the chorus or the B section. And my voice is going to be syncopated, so I'm going to try to keep the rhythm with my hand and then syncopate my voice if I can get it right. Usually, I just paid attention to the voice part, so we'll see. Everybody step to the syncopated rhythm. Let's be going with them when they begin. Right, so that is not on this, right? If I were going to be not syncopated, I'd do everybody step to the syncopated. No, it's gonna be. I'm gonna syncopate it. Everybody step to the syncopated rhythm. Let's be going with them when they begin. Right, so you get that da 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 da. So I guess my characterization of African music as syncopated is inaccurate, though you've taken away my language for how to describe what I mean now. The thing is, you did not grow up in that tradition, so you'll probably just use it, right? I mean, you can always say it's polyrhythmic if you wanted to. You can always say polyrhythm. To get back to the endpoint, so the basic forward banjo roll is, as it turns out, this 3-3-2 African rhythm. So you would go. Bum, 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 bum. So that the African retention, right? That 3-3-2 Ghanaian, that's the Gahu bell pattern is actually in the basic banjo 3-finger picking style. as part of this African retention. So how is that? In the way the interlocking rhythms pull apart and come together in complex ways? Yes, absolutely. So that's this. So to get the idea of this fifth string, the point of the fifth string is that it's a drone string. So here's my 5. So I'm always coming back to this 5. But mostly I struggle with rhythm enough that trying to follow 2 of them at once feels impossible, and it's going to be every. But you know what though? You can learn it. You can learn it. So the thing about the banjo is that it always has this upper drone that you do not have in a guitar, because guitars don't have this. So when I'm fretting, right? So if I'm fretting, here's what I'll do for you. I'll do a forward reverse, which goes. So that's a forward reverse. And here's my drone up here. So I'm hitting all 5 strings. And if I fret, this is G. Now I'm going to go up the neck. I'll do G here. This G is always going to be the same. It's not when you're fretting here, you're not hitting this 5th string. So whatever you do, that 5th string is going to be. So it's this drone string, right? And that's one of the things that makes the 5-string banjo very different from a guitar. And the thing is, when guitar players get a gitjo, which is just a 6-string guitar but with a banjo body, and they play, you're not going to hear that drone string. So and they'll usually pick with 4 fingers like a guitar player, and you're just not going to get it. It's not going to sound like a banjo. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't have that. But the original banjo playing style was called frailing, whamming, clawhammer, and this is the style that sort of came over from Africa. And there's a lot of, it's like I'm not a good clawhammer player because I have not practiced it enough, and it's something I have to practice, but I haven't practiced it. You go Oh man. And that whole style works by popping off the drone string. So it's called down picking, right? So look, I'm not a down picker. I'm gonna practice it so I can get it, because it's a pretty amazing style, but it's not easy. that's frailing, and it's all about the drum string, because of course when you were originally playing there weren't frets on the banjo, so it was a fretless instrument, and you would just be sort of I feel like I've got there you go. Me, a guitar player who only picks with 3 fingers. Oh, uh, I usually try to have a Dumbek and I want a didgeridoo, but those are hard. Didgeridoos are hard. I was thinking about prisons and music. You know, you have to play some Johnny Cash, right? It's Pride to Cry. Of course, prisons. So it depends on which class I'm teaching. If I was teaching the history of rock and roll, then yes. But in the fall, I'm teaching history of African American music, so we'll not be playing Johnny Cash. Now, Valtio said I had to play one more song, so I will, and then I'm gonna sing the name game, and then I'm gonna play the Outer Worlds. On a totally unrelated note, I started to teach my ADH brain that I can do hard things, and that I decided what is hard for me, plus that's progress. Absolutely. So I was going to play one more song. Oh, you know, I don't know if I can play this, because again, remember, I'm so super out of practice. My finger's too long. Oh, it was Volpes. That's true. I don't know if I can do it. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all the things that don't change, come what may. For our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Give me a second. It's not right. That is not right. I have to bring up my chords. I have to bring up my chords. You have to forgive me. I have to bring up my chords. The didgeridoo is hard because you've got to be able to get it. Like, there's a lot of breath control in the didgeridoo. Breath control. That's like a whole thing. And it's like that's just not an easy instrument. I don't think it's an easy instrument. So like, much respect to anyone who can really didgeridoo and like really do it. You know what I mean? Like that is not easy. I don't think it's easy. All right, let me do this. Oops. Nope. This. Let me do oop, oop, oop. Circular breathing is difficult in my opinion, but everything else about the dids is pretty easy. Really didgeridoo it. A scary good didgeridoo I've seen was this guy that plays it and the guitar at the same time. Ooh. Either you didgeridoo or you didgeridoo. Fair. All right, now I was looking for... Where did I put that? Hold on a second. If you don't mind, I have to check this out because I don't want to do this wrong. Yeah, you can get very dizzy. No, wrong. Y'all. I'm going to play 4 Strong Winds. And then I am going. Here we go. I feel like I can get this because it's like it's A minor is what it is. All right. Four strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. Think I'll go out to Alberta. Weather's good there in the fall. Got some friends that I can go to working for. Still, I wish you'd change your mind if I'd ask you one more time. But we've been through that 100 times or more. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For the good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. If I get there before the snow flies, and if things are looking good, you could meet me if I sent you down the fair. But by then it would be winter, it's not too much for you to do, and those winds sure can't blow cold way out there. For strong winds that blow lonely, 7 seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. For our good times are all gone, and I'm bound for moving on. I'll look for you if I'm ever back this way. There you go. 2 songs. I said it. I did it. 2 songs. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. 2 songs. Puns are happening, says Balrog. Well, don't see the title of one of my promos I did when I was on the radio. I missed my ditch. Yeah, you know, I never had an actual didgeridoo. I had a PVC pipe with beeswax on the lip that a friend of mine made. That was hard to play, actually. So I've never played an actual didgeridoo made out of bamboo. So perhaps the PVC pipe version of the didgeridoo was harder to play than a regular didgeridoo. That's all. I lived with a guy in Spain who taught himself the didgeridoo. Ooh, nice. He also made everything I know and forgot about hand drumming. I should hand drum more. When I remember, I'll post my promo stuff. I have a SoundCloud. Yes, please do, Onigeek. That would be really great. We built some because of one of my teachers was an Aussie fan. Oh, nice. He built one and repaired one that he ordered and arrived broken. Oh, I love that. It is now the name game time, but I actually need to put my banjo down, and then we'll do the name game. Because I don't want to do the name game with my banjo on. My banjo. Okay, here we go. Oh, also, I just saw PH over there. PH also wants We're in the Money, which is so nice. Thank you, PH. Hey, PH, I was thinking about you. PH. For reasons. But I won't tell you those reasons, because that would spoil the surprise. But I was thinking about you. All right. Okay, banjo in the case. Hello, baby. How are you doing? Boop. I love my banjo. I really do. This banjo's great. And I'm so sad that I have not been playing it as much as I should recently. But you are giving me an excuse to play. So I did it. When is calling? I've got my call time at 3:30. So I'm going to play till 3. And then once we get done, I'm going to add on the rest of my costume and eat a sandwich. Eat a sandwich first, then add on the rest of my costume, and then I'm going to play. The name game. Come on, everybody. I say now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F, or an M will appear. And then I say Bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and foe. Then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Colonel RPG, Colonel RPG, Colonel RPG, Bo, Colonel RPG, Banana Fanafo, Colonel RPG, Fee, Fi, Momono, RPG, Colonel RPG, Vulpes, 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 Banana Fanafo, Vulpes, Fee, Fi, Momopez. Vulpes, the name game. Woo! Yay! Also, I want to thank PH for those bits by singing We're in the Money, as sung by Ginger Rogers, in the film Gold Diggers 1933. So I'm going to sing it in Pig Latin. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Ewe at gale at way of way at way at way exti ute at gale angweo. Earway and hey, the anime. Either ice gaze or ani say. Old man the 80 ashen pray. Ooh, are ooh, they was the unway angre. Ewe even eat red lands lay. Ev way at brands lay ute day. And we see the end, the will look left the eye, we're in the eye, we're in the money, we're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I feel great about that. Absolutely. Nice. Now, guess what? We're going to play the Outer Worlds. We did get ourselves distracted today a little bit, but in my defense, I did actually also have to juice up my controller because my controller was not in a good space. Do you know what I mean? Like it was in a very non-juiced space, and so it kind of had to juice up, or else, you know, we just wouldn't have been able to use it. Is what happened. So I hope this. Okay, good. But we don't have audio. Oh. You know, Voltaire, you're not a bad influence. Also, I did promise to play the banjo. What did I do right there? Oh, you know what? I actually don't think I have what's going on with my audio? You just have to. I do. But look, I feel like I'm coming back to streaming regularly. I feel like I'm pretty good about it. Can it be some languages sound so melodic that it sounds like it's all sung? I saw a Jewish church versus, and all the Hebrew parts sound like. Oh, they do that on purpose. Actually, Ice Bunny. That's called a cantor, and that's actually they chant. They do a form of chant. Chat may come for the highway with troopers banjo playing, but we definitely came for the byways with the regard to the video games. Yes. Talking banjo missiles are better, but I gotta play the banjo too. All right, but now the question is, where's my audio? I feel like, where did my audio go? Hello, audio. I did something. What did I do? All right, I did something, and then I am not. What am I doing? What happened to my audio? Chinese is a tonal language. I would like audio. You know, we had it for a second. We really did. You are currently. Oh, maybe I have to do this. No, that's not it. Why do I not hear audio? I just did all this. I just did all of this. I did all this work to get the audio going, and then where did it go? Well, heck. What happens if I press a button? Like, let me press and hold and see what happens. I feel like Uh, continue. Load. Where's my audio going? You know, I have this whole, I've decided I'm going to do a whole thing. I'm going to like redo my audio. So there's sheet music for blessings and prayers too. They don't use sheet music. It's a chanting system. Actually, they do have a kind of notation, but um, there's like a whole system of, it's a chant system. And so they don't necessarily use the same kind of system, right? They usually, I think they have like little diacritics. So I think you have like the text with little markings that let you know what your chant is. But now the question is, why is my audio being funny? I clearly did something with my audio so that I wouldn't, it would not distract me. But what was it that I did? Let me go here for a second. Hello? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I have an idea. I have something happening. I'm going to just test this. Test. Okay, so that's definitely happening. That's happening. Okay, so the question is, where is my PS4 audio? That is the question. Let's see. I have thoughts. I have thoughts about this. PS4 audio, how are you doing? I think we have it. I think we have it. We do. We have it. We have PS4 audio. It is here. You can hear it. I can hear it. We're here together. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing, y'all. I have got other things. Hello, my friends. We are in a building. This is where we are. We're in a building and we're gonna go and shoot people. That's what we're doing. Also, I feel like I should have my pistol out because my pistol is more exciting. Yes. So we have got 45. We've got about an hour. We have about an hour. How long have I been streaming so far? An hour and a half. I've only been streaming for an hour and a half, folks. So I feel like it's not even that bad. So we've got, I'm going to do a full hour. You bought this game and quite literally never got it off the ground. You know what? Here's what I'm going to tell you all. We're going to get a full hour in. So we're going to play until 3:15. And then once it hits 3:15, I'm going to go grab a sandwich. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to put on my my outfit for my fish boy. And then... What are the controls? I'm 15 minutes. I've got to synchronize my nautical compass. Okay, here we go.
Nice and easy.
Okay, we're in here. We're gonna go and shoot some things, find out what's going on. Because we're in a building, right? We're trying to. This is a lab. Some kind of ridiculousness. Where are we? We're in a lab of. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful place. You have no device imagination. I know. I have no time. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna take this stuff. Well, this doesn't look bad. Wait, why is there an axe in that door? Is there a person over there? Does this look suspicious to any of you? Do you think that person is friendly? Do you think they'll be my friend and they'll hang out with me and they'll be like, hey, we're friends? And I'm like, yeah, we're friends. Let's chat with each other. The axe is for yeah, I'm sure there's no problem. Like, there is someone in there, y'all. Also, no one is ever friendly. Look, that person might be friendly. Let's just take this axe, shall we? And maybe there's a well, I don't know who was trying to hi. You know what? Let me put my gun away because I feel like holding that gun. Yeah, it does look a little Bioshocky. So look, there's a person in there, and I feel like they want to be my friend. I feel like they may not want to be my friend, but we're gonna just go through this exploded door. I know. So we are, if I remember correctly, we are currently in the Office of Creative Incubation is where we are. And we are we're doing this active quest, the Electric Fling, which, what do I know about my quest. The Electric Fling. So we're trying to get Roscoe Clanton, a former Byzantium journalist, was stranded on a Gorgon when the project was shuttered, and now Spacer's Choice won't let him leave until his employment contract is fulfilled. He's asked you to find 4 portable phonograph interviews he did with the project head, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, so he can finally go home. So we're trying to get these interviews with Olivia Ambrose because that'll give us clues as well, so he can also go home. That's what we got. Yes. Holding her as a little passive aggressive, I just feel like, you know, maybe it's just plain aggressive. Maybe, I don't know. I just, you know, maybe you're right. It's just aggressive. Look, we're going to talk to this person, and we're going to hope this person does not shoot us in any way, that they just, like, are friendly. So I'm not going to have my gun out because it feels, you know, feels a little threatening. I'm just going to, oh, okay, nope, sorry. Guess what? They are not friendly. That's what's happening. Let me close down time, and let me just shoot these people. Oh, hi. No, leave me alone. Don't hit me. Stop it. Hey, get away. Am I doing well? I don't know. Am I doing well? I'm loading. Oh, no. Hey, are you okay? Are you all right? Oh, more enemies. Enemies everywhere. Okay, I think everyone's fine. Hi. Oh, is your armor okay? I don't know. What's happening with how are you doing? How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Your armor doesn't seem... Okay, everything's fine. Hey, guess what? It turns out they were not friendly. Krellin was right. I thought that maybe they would be friendly, and it turns out they were not friendly. It turns out they were the opposite of friendly. They were violent. Has it been something I don't remember? It might have... I mean, I have played the Outer Worlds since I've been to Massachusetts, so I've played once in the last 2 months. Krellin, I believe you. I was hoping that maybe this time we could chat and not try to murder each other. Like, why can't we all just get along? You know what I mean? Why can't we all just be friends? You know, hey, Bo, how are you? I just want to point out, oh, hey, look at my outfit. I feel like I look pretty cool right now in my outfit. Also, I'm just going to point out for the record that even though I was hoping that they'd be friendly with me and they would not try to murder me, it turns out they tried to murder me. So, yeah, that was awkward. You know, Krellin, I do believe you. I was just hoping that maybe this time they wouldn't try to murder me. Because I was not... I know, right? The room has neat wallpaper. It's got really, like... Check it out. The wallpaper's pretty great. They've also gilded all of their scroll work, which is pretty cool. I am... disappointed. You know what? I'm disappointed in them for just trying to murder me rather than wanting to have a lovely conversation. Because I wanted to have a lovely conversation, be like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? I'm friendly. How are you? And instead, they just shot at me. They didn't try for armor. It seems like it's more like they tried to get, maybe they're tired of it all. And they're like, yes, just murder me. Maybe. But let's,
It ain't stealing if no one sees.
Is it stealing if no one sees? I think my character would say no. I feel like Jezza would say no. That, hey, look, it's a terminal. Maybe they just bought all their new guns and maybe, okay, it could be. Here's the thing. If it's new guns and we're playing GURPS, they might have a familiarity penalty because they haven't practiced with them for 8 hours. And maybe they just, you know, they were like, hi, friendly, I murder. Krellin. I love that one. I love that one. Office of Creative Incubation, a Spacer's Choice property. The best idea since pre-sliced bread. What does that even mean? Messages. Gimsy, Gorgon Internal Messaging System Interface. It's not the best choice, it's the only choice. Thank you for using Gimsy, your employer-sanctioned messaging system. Friendly reminder, your messages are company property. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or deletion of Gimsy content may result in early termination of your employment contract. Please select from the following options. Ooh, all right, let's look at our messages. From C. Mosley to L. Goodfellow. Subject on the latest tech results from Human Inquiry, with some additional commentary. Clarence Mosley. What does Clarence mostly sound like? Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, fortuitously, I have had the opportunity to review the latest test results from Human Inquiry. I agree with your and the committee's general assessment that these test results are unacceptable. The latest experimental sample of adrenotime demonstrate a 15 out of 17 possible symptoms in my rubric of dangerous, lethal, or otherwise high-risk side effects. I have sent a full report to your desk, the abstract of which is as follows. Adrenotime in its current state fails to meet the project standards. By my calculations, Adrenotime users trade short-term improvements in productivity for long-term losses in productivity. Specifically, dead workers are unproductive workers. Whenever a calculation produces an unforeseen result, it is prudent to take a look at one's numbers. Incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. If the HIA's calculations are sound, then their numbers, that is to say, the drugs provided by the Kim Labs, must be flawed. Your esteemed colleague, Mr. Clarence Mostly. This voice should be an RPG character. Or maybe it is. Clearly, there's some problems with Adrenotime. Further analysis on the fundamental problem understanding our operations, with additional suggestions. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, I have not yet received your correspondence regarding my previous letter. I can only assume you are still, to deploy a parochial colloquialism, chewing over my commentary. I have several additional insights which I have collated into an itemized list and sent to your secretary. Here is my summary. I believe the root of the problem lies in the Chem Lab. As I mentioned in my previous letter, incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. The problem must therefore be found in Dr. Jasper Lowe and his stewardship of the Chem Lab. Dr. Lowe is notoriously lackadaisical and careless manager, and pardon my language, this is a lot, but a poor scientist. You know, Chem Lab must provide HIA with safe, high-quality, carefully refined drug with which to conduct tests. This slapdash, artless, high-risk formula Kim Lab has been delivering to HIA can only result in unacceptable test results. I understand that safety and high-quality development are often antithetical to the corporate strategy of Spacer's Choice, but in my life, I have found that the perspective of an outsider can be helpful, and so I am awaiting your response, Mr. Clarence Mostly. We got some lackadaisical adherence, as Voltaire notes. Time of Gift says, on the other hand, we don't need to pay their dead performance bonus, so swings and... This is true. I mean, if they're dead, you don't have to pay them. Encouraging words on the nature and practice of leadership, with additional insights. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, your response to my previous two letters are conspicuous by their absence. Based on my analysis of your personality type, dietary habits, patterns of speech, and mode of dress, I must conclude with reasonable certainty that your silence stems from trepidation and anxiety. If I might presume to offer you some advice, cultivated after years of living in Byzantium, may I suggest that your anxiety stems merely from ignorance? Ignorance of the easiest of vices. Ignorance is the easiest of vices to rectify and requires only learning and heeding the vice of one's betters. So, the success and failure of any project depends on the readiness of its constituent staff to perform their mandated duties. Scientists perform experiments, right? Researchers research. Managers manage. When one of these roles acts outside of its limitations, chaos is introduced into the system. I hope you're getting what I'm saying in my email, my message. So take heart. You need not fear the burden of management. The secret of good leadership is strong oversight combined with careful, fastidious, numerically driven, and scientifically supported management. The turbulence experienced by this project is emphatically not the fault of the OCI. However, it is the role and duty of the OCI to fix these problems. Ours is the only department capable of righting the ship of innovation in the waters of chaos. With paternal affection, Mr. Clarence Mostly. So, Scabby Neck says, Clarence mostly really gets it. The problem is I do not feel like this should be in an email. Do you see what I'm saying? Beetleman's like, shoot this nerd. Because I feel like when you write emails like this to people, you cannot judge how they're responding to you, and they might respond like Beetlewins and say, shoot this nerd. I feel like this should have been done in person, trying to gauge how Mr. Goodfellow would respond to this feedback, or if maybe, hello, dead person, that was not. I feel like there were some miscalculations here. Is how I'm feeling about this. Riss is like, I suspect Clarence might be dead already. This is probably also the case. Because he comes off, I'm going to just use this terminal, find out what we have here. This is, this is M. Kumara's. Something tells me this guy is seriously lacking. Yes, Vo, I feel like he might be lacking in some emotional intelligence, also tact. Yes. But numbers don't lie. Also, Millie is like, I suspect he mostly is already. Mm-hmm. So this is for M. Kumara. Oh, what we have here? From OCI Cerebral Committee, subject unacceptable results. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Goodfellow responds to this person. Interesting. Who's this from? Oh, the OCI Cerebral Committee. From the OCI Cerebral Committee to the OCI Department of Strategic Branding, subject unacceptable unacceptable results. The OCI Cerebral Committee has hereby decided by unanimous vote that the recent test results from human inquiry and auditing are unacceptable, untenable, and unsatisfactory. This message is an informal expression of our dissatisfaction, which will be formally declared by memorandum in the near future. While the committee recognizes the marketing potential of insomnia and chemical dependency, the remaining side effects described in HIA's latest report are incompatible with the OCI's vision of the Adrenatime product. Corporate auditors will expect to see a product that dramatically improves the long-term productivity of Spacer's Choice workers by reducing the need for rest and mitigating the effects of long-term melancholia. The product delivered to HIA induces psychosis, violent behavior, paranoia, and, alarmingly, disobedience. The OCI cannot accept a product that transforms long-term users into dissidents. The damage to our corporate image will inevitably benefit our rivals at Auntie Cleo. Unanimously, OCI Cerebral Committee. Well, let's see what we get in response from Lawrence Good. Okay, this Goodfellow guy seems to be questionable. So let's see. Lawrence Goodfellow. To my colleagues in the OCI Cerebral Committee, hey, I share your concerns, but not your alarm. In times like these, I encourage you to recall a passage from our Spacer's Choice user manual. Quote, the failures of subordinates must never become the failures of leadership. That's Scum Chapter 21, Article 14. The meaning is simplicity itself. HI has failed to deliver acceptable results because they have failed to perform their professional obligations. My esteemed colleagues, you and I possess a number of law-given qualifications, but we have not been relegated to lab coat work. Let me reiterate. We are not test tube jockeys. We're leaders, right? HI's purpose is to deliver test results. Our purpose is to deliver a quarterly report. So I'd like you to reach out to Miriam Kumara at Strategic Branding. Have her team clean up HIA's report. Trim the fat and tuck in its guts. Make it look presentable for auditors. Disobedience, post-death workers stop obeying. That's true. The failures of subordinates must never become the failures of leadership. This is a corporate world I do not want to live in. So this is from M. Kumara. To the Cerebral Committee, CC, Mr. Goodfellow. Data presentability and empirical hygiene. Cerebral Committee. My team and I have finished reviewing HIA's latest experimental report. We believe the failure of this report is manifest in its flagrant disregard for company-approved language. To that end, we have drafted a revised report, edited with language consistent with the Spacer's Choice company vision. The HIA's original report mentions clear evidence of dangerous side effects associated with using the Adrenatime product, including but not limited to paranoia, violent confusion, chemical dependence, and dissident adjacent behavior. We propose the following connotative revisions: dangerous side effects, exciting collateral benefits. Paranoia, dramatically heightened attention. Violent confusion, physically assertive behavior. Chemical dependence, metabolic compatibility. Dissident adjacent behavior. Any mention of dissident behavior in this report may encourage dissidence. I recommend cutting this phrase entirely out of respect for our readers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it seems to me as if we have a nerd scientist saying, excuse me, we have some problems here with our product. It's going to cause a bunch of problems. And then people being like, oh, it's causing problems. And then the leader being like, hey, this is just hey, branding. And branding's like, oh, ooh, yes, let's say all these problems are actually pluses. And so then nobody knows, by the way, these are marauders, that actually this is a problem. Like, why is there a knife here? What do you think people have been up to? Doesn't seem good. The Outer Worlds more like the ANCAP worlds. Brought to you by the future of rampant capitalism. I feel like Shoot This Nerd is sort of the Spacer's Choice way. That's true. I think it is too. By the way, here's like another... Oh, look at this. Hey, everybody. Look, it's exciting. I kind of feel bad for our nerd. I feel like our nerd is dead. You know? Spacer's Choice. Oh, hey. This is more See Mostly. Oh, it's our nerd friend. Personalized security terminal. Turret status active. That seems bad. Hallway status secure. That seems bad. Dissident threat minimal. Oh, let's hack. Why don't we? Because we're good at hacking. Let's do that. We're reversing. Rewriting intruder database. Intruder database successfully redefined. So what did we just do? Our status. Turret status compromised. That's good. Hallway status vulnerable. That seems good. Death dissident threat imminent. Does that seem good? Does that seem good? You know what? We'll find out what that means. Only features, never bugs. Scientists, hey, this is gonna be a huge fuck up. Everyone else passes the bug. Yeah, I feel like I might be the dissident as well, which means I feel not bad about letting my dissident flag fly. Also, we're just gonna pack this. Y'all, guess what? Hey, guess what? You may not be excited by this, but I'm very excited by this. Guess what? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. I've only played once on it since I moved back here because of like the secret project and like all them, and actually the PS4 madness. Oh, you know, I bought an Ethernet splitter because I find that my PS4 is having some problems connecting to the internet through Wi-Fi. It's a little bit inconsistent. So I have gotten an Ethernet splitter, which I haven't set up yet, but I will. Look, I've got a bunch of exciting tech, which I think is going to do good things. Yeah, it's like an Ethernet splitter because I only have one Ethernet port. So it, hello, Sprat. So it allows you to basically, it's like a pre-sliced bread. It's like a USB hub, but for Ethernet. And it allows you to take one Ethernet place and make it multiple. A switch. Yes, it is a switch. And as a matter of fact, it's right there. That's also my management. Look, that's my management cable box, which I'm going to use to manage cables. And I believe that's my little switch is right there. And those boxes are also good boxes. I can't go over there. I've got headphones in. Sorry. I was going to go over there and show you, but I can't. So I won't. Instead, I'm not going to be distracted. Look, I'm just so excited to play this game because I haven't played in so long. And we are like in end-game DLC right now. So I feel like we are... Hello, toilet. I feel like we're doing really... I'm feeling very good about... What if we even clear this whole floor? Oh. I feel like this place is not well maintained. You know what I'm saying to you? But we're going to eat a bunch of pre-sliced bread. Because it's calories. I'm at the point where I think cable management might be a myth. You asked us for a fan. We invented a shitstorm. The report says that stink and gale force winds do too much damage. Response, take out all emission of smell. Change language to very effective cooling. Absolutely. What do we have here? This is a joint articulator. Some energy. I'd love to be the kind of person who cable manages. I am not. Look, I'm totally going to cable manage. I have not yet cable managed, but I will. I mean, it's a thing that I'm going to do. Oh yes, Jezza might want to proactively eat food because he's got this whole food addiction, which you're like, what's a food addiction? It's apparently when you have to eat food. Apparently you have to eat food regularly. And as Krellin noted, that's my own fault because I was the person who decided to... I wonder if pep pills count as food. Hey, pep pills count as food, everyone. Yeah, I can't even go one day without food. Also, there are no bad guys in here. I know. I'm just like indulging in food. Look, I just feel like I should probably make sure my character eats food. And if I can do that, then like I can make sure that I eat food. It's like a whole thing. So why don't we sell our junk? We just sold a bunch of junk. I feel really good about that. Why don't we also not buy anything? Because I feel like we don't need to buy anything. No. Although these things are very expensive. I don't have that much money. No. So let's sell things. Oh. No. 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 We're going to sell things is what we're going to do. We're going to sell cheap things like these sabers. Oh, we're going to sell one of them. Look, we're selling. That's buying. I don't want to buy. I want to sell. 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 Yes. Yeah, junk gets its own button. Make sure you eat food between... Oh, I'm totally going to eat food. I've got some fried chicken that I ordered from a restaurant, and I'm going to make it into a sandwich. Because who does not want a sandwich? I want. This is... I don't know what all I can sell. I'm going to sell everything that's under level 25. Or level 30. Everything under level 30. I don't feel... No, only doubles. We're only going to sell doubles. That's it. Only doubles. Because I don't know what all I have in my... You know what? Options. We're okay. So here's okay. Now we've sorted, and now we can sell things in a way that I feel like is yes. Now we're selling, and these are pistols, and we're going to sell all but one of them. This is a what is this? This is an axe. We're going to sell that right away. Who needs that? These are a bunch of pistols. I feel like maybe we should... Look, I'm making an executive decision. Everything under level 30 we're going to sell. Okay. What if this is a bad choice? What if we shouldn't be doing this? What if the world ends because we sell all of this stuff? And then we can... we'll sell doubles and things that are... Ooh. We'll sell doubles. We won't go wild. We're not going to go too... We're not going to go too... It's not a bad choice at Space. So look, I'm selling things right now. I want you to be proud of me. I really worry that our friends who are companions are going to have like really bad gear. And then I've sold all the good gear and then they're not going to have any good gear and then they'll hate me. But we're going to try to at least keep one copy of some things. We'll keep one copy of things under 30 just for now. Just for now. Look, I will just feel really guilty if my companions don't have good gear because I have not leveled them up in so long, and then they just have bad gear, and then that's level 24, which is really bad. If it's okay, look, if it's under 25, no questions asked, I just sell it. That's it. If it's under 25, I'm selling it. I don't care what. And if I have multiple copies, I'll just keep one. And that is, yes. I want you to know I have just, for you, for me, for all of us together, I have just sold so much stuff here at this vending machine. I didn't break it down. I just sold it. Yes. No, we're going to go to 25. We're going to go to 25 because because look, I have not upgraded my companion's armor in a long time. So I'm very worried about it. And I actually don't want to sell any of my armor because I don't have a lot of armor, and I really am bad at upgrading my armor. So we're going to just leave the armor for the moment. And I feel like we have been... Look, I was at like 400 and something. Whew. Right, but what if I don't have enough stuff? So I want you to know that you should be proud of me for having dumped that much stuff, which I did. I dumped all this stuff in a vending machine. I didn't even break it down for parts. So I want you to be proud of me. Like, really proud of me. Because otherwise, you know. Okay. There is this ladder going upwards. And I don't know if we should go up or... No, we're going to finish this floor. Because I don't know how extensive that up space is. I could... The only problem is, Millie, that I only have 2 companions with me. And I've got a bunch of other companions on the ship. And so I have to go back to the ship so I can, like...
Be ready for anything. Guess
upgrade
you get what you pay for
all
with
of them.
Spacer's Choice guards, too.
Oh, I need to eat more food. We're going to have more pet pills. Because I feel like just eating pet pills rather than food seems like a good idea. Right? So, Luna, look, so I'm trying to, because basically I don't have all of my companions with me. So, right? And we're just going to, and look, and once I get to the ship, then I can, like, break down everything else and I'll have less stuff. And you'll all be proud of me. Also, do you think somebody's going to try to murder us here, or do you think not? I think they won't. Right? No. Yes. It's good. If it mattered, they'd be here. Well, but I might... None of those companions matter. Okay, so are they as good as Ella and Nyoka? No. But sometimes I bring them along, like, to meetings. Sometimes. I mean, not often. But sometimes I do. Can I go through this door? I cannot. Okay. Krellin is saying mean things about the rest of the companions who I never take with me. But, see, like, we just lost our Wi-Fi connection, but... Hi, everybody! You know what? I think these people are not my friends. So I think I'm going to kill them.
They'll never see us.
Yeah, I feel bad about this, but, I guess what? I just shot you. Also, I kind of feel like I need to switch guns now. And get something better. Oh, here you go. I'm just gonna shoot with the shotgun. Just right there. Shotgun. And, oh, there's shooting going on. How's it going? Hey, what's happening? I have to tell you something. Guess what? Ooh, oh, that's Nyoka. Sorry about that. Where are you? Oh, you're dead. It's fine. They're dead. There are more enemies, but I killed some. We're going to loot and get more stuff. Hey, they've got Adrenatime on them. Hey, do you think I should take Adrenatime? What happens if I take a lot of Adrenatime? Do you think bad things will happen to my character if I take Adrenatime? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just think. Also, apparently I need food again. Oh, why do I need food again? Do you think my pep pills make me hungry? Krell and we are the old dudes from the Muppets. Statler and Waldorf. Right? Statler and Waldorf? Do you think... Look, here's my question. Do you think my pep pills make me hungry? Do you think that's perhaps a... Hello? Assault rifle. Yeah, they might make me hungry. That makes sense. I mean, I get that. I get that. We're gonna just... Is it... Look, if this place is abandoned, do you think it's stealing? I feel like Spacer's Choice would think it's stealing, but I just don't think... I don't think it counts as stealing. So, look, when we leave, which is going to be in a time period, I'm going to be able to say that we did so much work in the Outer Worlds, probably. And I've remembered sort of how to use guns. Timid warning. I'm going to... Hey, there's an arm. There's an arm attached to... There's an arm here. There's a severed arm. I don't know if you noticed that, but there's a severed arm. Just a severed arm. Just, Spacer's Choice doesn't pay you to think. I don't know. But look, there's a terminal. We can find out what it says. Hello, terminal. Let's see. Department of Corrective Inebriation. I cannot take the severed arm. The Office of Creative Incubation. Wi-Fi. I'm gonna use my switcher so I can just plug the Ethernet cable in, and I think I'm gonna be doing cable management sometime soon. I've got so much computer stuff to do. I'm so excited. Anyway, who's writing? Oh, okay. Inebriation procedure and protocol, mandated by OCI Cerebral Committee. Feeling lethargic after a long day of creative incubation? Having trouble shooting down the bird of inspiration? Let Spacer's Choice help you steady your aim. A selection of company-approved libations are available for purchase. All purchases will be deducted from your pay. Medicate your creative paralysis with Spacer's Choice Zero-G Brew. Spacer's Choice Zero-G Brew, official slogan, be determined. Sounds bad. Why don't we just hack these entries? Let's do that. Let's see. Lavinia Campos, Lavinia. Trouble deciding on a font for new department letterhead. Ordered 1 0G Brew. Wyatt Lewis. Wrote 12 good words to it today, but can't figure out what order they should be ordered in. They should be in. Ordered 3 0G Brew. North Deacon. Brainstorming ideas for a new flavor of saltuna. Ordered 1 0G Brew. Campos, Lavinia. Still having trouble deciding on a font. Ordered 3 0G Brew. Ooh. Yes, and I set myself goals and I cleared the bar. Also, I'm a little bit worried about the alcohol. Look, I don't know if what I'm saying is outrageous. Renovations and products in progress. Like, maybe what are these more? Those are just bottles, broken bottles. Okay, so I don't want to be alarmist here, you know? I don't want to be alarmist, but I feel like they might have substance abuse problems in this world. Probably due to the fact that they work at a place wherein there are no safety. There is no OSHA. There is no OSHA in this world. Clearly, there is no OSHA because people keep losing limbs. Some of those people are marauders and they probably lost the limbs in other ways, but or maybe I shot them. Sometimes it's unclear to me. But my point is, this does not seem to be the best environment. Also, I'm going to eat food. Rather than my pep pills, I'm going to just eat like what is this? Oh, let's not have purple berry wine. Because that seems like it would be bad. Let's have some... No, let's not have that. What is this? Purple berry crunch. Yeah, let's have some purple berry crunch. That seems like actual food. We'll have purple berry crunch. It's actual food. Yeah, there we go. Actual food. Hi, everybody. How are you? Is everybody fine? No? There are people here. These people seem to be bad people because I bet they want to murder me. Let me just shoot them in the head, which seems rude, but I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm using a what do you call it? You know what? I'm gonna stop using this weapon. I'm gonna use a different weapon. I'll use, oh, but they're all far away. Hold on. People, oh, hi, how are you? I'm gonna shoot you with a shotgun. Hey, everybody, use your special powers. You should do that. Use your special powers, everybody. And also, you should use your special power. Go ahead and use that. Just do it. Because you guys are really awesome. You know what I mean? And I really believe in you. And I'm gonna, start shooting at some people. Also, reload. Hi. You're dead. Also, you're dead. And there are people... Oh, hi. How are you? I have to shoot you. I'm gonna just shoot you. You actually, you have a lot of health. Or armor. Use a special power. Procrastinate. Are there more people to shoot? There are. Hi. Here. Shoot that person. You know, I feel like the companions want to do the work sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like they enjoy that. I feel like it's something, I feel like it makes them feel useful. I feel like they don't want me to micromanage them. I feel like we have got body parts in really weird places. That's the official position of management. Workers prefer working. You know, and I helped. I did shooting. I did some shooting earlier with the sniper rifle, and then I had to like switch weapons, and I was like a little bit busy, and I couldn't just jump in there, but you know. Auditorium security notice. Notice, by order of Lawrence Goodfellow, auditorium projector room must remain sealed until further notice. Please answer any inquiries by visiting auditors with the following pre-approved message. Mr. Goodfellow is excited to inform you that our projector room is undergoing upgrades in preparation for a grand quarterly report presentation. We thank you for your patience. Please return to the reception desk and request a complimentary bottle of 0G brew. Isn't "and I helped" what the little girl says in that shaken? Yes, it did. I did shooting, missed most of the shots. I feel like I hit people a couple times. On auditing. Oh, who's reading this? On auditing, dear sir or madam, if you are reading this memo, you are the designated concierge of this auditorium. Please commit the following message to your memory when guiding auditors along a tour of our office. What is an auditorium? Spacer's Choice Manual of Definitions describes an auditorium as, quote, a place where auditing takes place. Here, you will enjoy all the familiar, low-cost, budget-friendly amenities that make Spacer's Choice the leading brand in affordable entertainment. Satisfy your posture in our semi-reclining chairs. Enjoy a moderately cold bottle of 0G brew. Relax as you enjoy this special presentation of the Project Gorgon Quarterly Review, brought to you by the Office of Creative Incubation. No report this quarter. Hey, everyone, I'm gonna be blunt because I want you to understand the gravity of this situation. Someone, or several someone, sabotaged our quarterly reports. They're all gone. Irretrievably damaged. The Cibro committee is putting their heads together to come up with a solution. We hope to have one before auditors arrive. In the meantime, here's what I need you all to do. 1, do not, under any circumstances, talk about the sabotage to anyone outside our office. 2, we need to soften the language. Studies show that repeated use of the word sabotage, can incite sabotage in people who lack moral fiber. I'm not taking any chances. So I need you all to come up with an alternative way of describing the sabotage. Something like the incident, but not so obvious. So that's Lawrence Goodfellow, management. Yeah. Yep. Subject, no report this quarter. We've received all your suggestions. After much deliberation, the Cerebral Committee has unanimously voted to refer to this sabotage incident as The incident. But he didn't like that. So there was a problem. Yep, there was a problem there. So I feel like, I cannot confirm or deny this, I feel like our friend Clarence Mosley might have sabotaged the quarterly reports. Or Goodfellow did it himself, so he wouldn't have to tell the bosses what was going on, and what is going on is not good. So who did it? Was it Clarence Mosley because he thought if he sabotaged the quarterly reports, then maybe they would do something? Or was it Lawrence Goodfellow because Lawrence Goodfellow does not want his bosses to know that it was like all bad all the time? What do you think? Or was it just like somebody Adrena timed out who just was like full of Adrena time and super drunk and maybe not doing well? You know, it's unclear to me. I don't know. My vote is for number 2. Yeah, because the thing is, I feel like it could have been, I don't know. Could have been long. There's a lot of Adrena time here. A lot. Hey, what do you think Adrena time does? I've not really looked into it. I mean, I know what it does to other people, but what do you think it does to us? Do you think it does bad things to us? I bet we can use Adrena time and not get in trouble for it, right? I bet we'd be fine. Oh, I got some worst. Yeah, I got some like Borst worst. Because Borst worst? It's the worst. It's not the worst. It's fine. Borst worst? I feel like I got some Borst worst, which is food. I bet it's rad. I bet it's full of radiation, is what I feel like it's full of. Look, we should try Adrena time. Now, honestly, we should not try Adrena time. Also, if you notice those bits of dust, those are people that we liquidated. We killed them. And we really killed them, like, a lot. Like, more than a little. Like, actually, like, a lot. But I don't feel too bad about it because they were trying to kill us. And I feel like that's, you know... they weren't using their liquids up to company standard. Yeah, so I feel like it's fine for us to deliquify them. Also, they were trying to murder us. So, you know. Also, look, I'm going to go 10 minutes over so that at least we have almost a full hour. So then I will feel most productive because I never get to play. And I get to play. And that'll still give me like, basically, I only need 20 minutes to put on a turtleneck and eat a sandwich. So I'm good. And like, you know, swap over my audio. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Also, what do you think all of these bedrolls are? What do you think? Y'all, I hope you enjoyed some banjo time. And look, I know I'm out of practice because I have not practiced in 2 months and I do not have, these are Marauder stuff. This is Marauder stuff. And I don't have my calluses back. And my fingers are all out of shape. I know it. But you know what? Playing with you all means that I play. And that means that I'll get my fingers back into shape. Because I was actually... No, I'm gonna... Look, I have a sandwich. I have a sandwich. It'll be fine. It will... I'm just have to make a sandwich. It'll take me no time at all. And I will have like a full 20 minutes to make my sandwich and put on a turtleneck. It'll be grand. And I'll eat my sandwich. And I feel like there were a lot of Marauders hanging out here. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot. A lot. And I'm going to fix this whole... My splitter will help me with this problem. Also, I had to buy a cable for my printer because my printer cannot connect to the university's Wi-Fi because the university's Wi-Fi needs a passcode. And this does not do that. I mean, murder is such a strong word. I prefer removing them from the mortal coil because of their atrocities against the human race. Yes. Let's have more Purple Berry Crunch. As Cat Chief told you, I will find a place to save. There will be. I'm going to eat a sandwich, y'all. Yeah, so like my printer is like, you know, has like a wireless and a wired connection. And the wired connection I cannot do with my university's Wi-Fi. So I've got to go and... But I ordered a printer cable that will reach, and it just came in. And so one of the things I plan to do tonight in between writing for the secret project is like during my breaks, I will...
About your test subject. I assume you're trying new formulations on humans, correct? Where do they come from, Dr. Ambrose? They come from Tartarus, don't they?
They do.
Why the reluctance? Providing life-affirming employment to the indigent, the criminally indigent. Well, that's a social good, don't you agree?
I have a staff meeting to attend. Excuse me.
Interesting. Do you mind if interesting. Okay. So we are planning to stop. This is true. Oh, and I would put it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting the announcement into Discord about the title blades. When you do that, it is very, very helpful because sometimes sometimes I'm like in the middle of all this stuff and I can't do it. So when you do it, it is very, very helpful and I appreciate it very, very much. It's just what makes my mods the best mods. Speaking of which, y'all, I've got like a bunch of stuff that is all pending, and I cannot wait until I have a little. Oh, hey, you know what? I think this must have been where we were before, right? Yes. So we've actually done very well. We've done very well, y'all. I'm feeling very good about where we're at. I'm feeling very good about our position. I'm feeling like, is it the perfect save spot? I feel like we're close to the perfect save spot. I feel like we're almost at the perfect save spot, but we're not quite at the perfect save spot. I feel like we are so almost there. I also feel like we've almost cleared this entire building. Like I know I've got 10 minutes. I've got 10 minutes. And then I'm out of here. 5 to 10 minutes. Then we're done. We're done. 5 to 10 minutes. We are like, look, I don't think we have much left in this building. I feel like I'm gonna be able to say that we just do it. No, wait, no. Anna-Geek's taking away my mouse and my controller. But I'm just, no, look, I'm like, just did a 360, right? We did a 360. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just look at the map. Like, that's it. We're just gonna look at the map. It's not a big deal. We're seeing where we're at. Looks like there's stairwells here. There's a vending machine there. Like, because, okay, we've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm going to just, what's in here? Oh, hey, look. Marauders. We're gonna just kill them. That's it. Just like this. Hello, Marauder. I don't want to hit you. Huh? Nothing. Back of the head. Okay, that's it. Look, Marauders. All the time. Just did it. Just all the Marauders in the space. You should go kill somebody with your special power. Or you. Somebody kill people with their special power. Do it. Special power. There. Right? Chupa, help! I'm a delicious sandwich and I'm trying to switch. It's true. There's like a different delicious sandwiches. I should shoot some people. Oh, I didn't need to. They're all dead. No. Look, I've got like 4 minutes. I've got 4 minutes. Oh, that's a song by Madonna and Justin Timberlake. Only got 4 minutes to save. 4 minutes to save the world, right? Just look. I'm gonna burst through this room, clear it, and then I'm gonna feel really good about my life. The announcement is posted, so okay, but Title Blades doesn't happen. Title Blades is an hour. My call time is at 3:30-ish. No. 10 minutes past. Look, we started playing the game at 2:15, and so I just want to get like basically a full hour of the game. So I want to basically stop playing in 3 minutes, and so then I do my outros, and then it's like 15 minutes past 3, and then I'm done. And oh, there's still cigarette smoke. Oh. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have 20 minutes, and it'll be great. I'm gonna grab my sandwich, put on my turtleneck, and then look. I haven't played in so long though. I haven't played in so long, and but now I've played, and look, look, I did it. I did all the. I'm being responsible. I just have to know. Excuses, says, are you hearing excuses? Right, okay. Yeah, eating and, but I'm gonna have like a full time period. All right, so this is the room. We did, it looks like everything in this room. Yes, ooh, that's beautiful stained glass, isn't it? There's a top hat we didn't pick. We almost missed this top hat. And also this, look, we almost missed hats. This is why I need to play games more regularly. This is true. I do need to play games more regularly. Did I miss anything else in here? I feel like I didn't. I feel like I picked up all the hats. Oh. All right, so this is an upstairs, so we cannot go in here, right? Because this is a whole new space that we cannot go into because it is clearly like a space that is like a full new space, so we cannot go there. That is no good. Oh, hi, guess what? Murder. We're just gonna kill this person because they're in a bathroom. So what I'm telling you is that I like to make sure that I don't miss anything or get confused about where I left off. And I've got 1 minute. I've got 1 minute. And this is a bathroom. Easily cleared. And then we set ourselves up for success next time. And then, because who knows when the next time will be, we really messed up this person's body. Kind of hardcore. And look, I'm done. I'm done. See, finished. Hanging out in a bathroom, done. 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 Ta-da. Finished. We did catch him with his pants down. So, my thought is, in terms of, I'm going to say this out loud so we can make sure we know it. In this whole area here, there are, I think, we have to go that way. That's one place we haven't been. Over there, which we'll just make sure we do that. And is there anything else in this? Because I want us to, don't let me forget, because I don't want to forget that there's like a place of the map we haven't done yet. I feel like, is that true? Is this true? I need an overview. I do not think we've been this way. And I do not think we went that other way. So I am thinking to myself, this is oh, these things are related, right? Hi, how are you? Well, you're not trying to kill me, so that's okay. So, we know we have to go through that door over there and also this door over here. So let's set ourselves up by placing ourselves in front of this door so when we start the game next time, we are right here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to save. Oops. Save. Save. Oh, hey, FYM Karma. Don't do that. We haven't played in a month, everyone. We haven't played in a month. But look, I did it. I set myself up for success. You don't have to, you don't have to yell at me. Ta-da! No. No, it should not have happened 20 minutes ago because I wanted to I was like, I can give myself like to right after. So that's it. We did it. Hey everyone. I got up so late I thought I missed a stream, so I didn't sign in earlier. Well, hey, bye. So I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. So let's quick. Thank you for being here. Thank you for like hanging out with me. It's been so long since you did a Saturday. I'm so glad that we've done it. I cannot wait for next Saturday when we will do it again. More Outer Worlds. I'm going to go, so at 4 p.m. Eastern, you can find me over at Table Story for Tidal Blades with my time-traveling fish boy. And Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, over on Roll20 app, you can find me for the last episode of Haunted West. You should come and see that if you haven't. That's pretty good. Oh, I have news. I was able to get a copy of, you remember that show that I did, Spy Team 67 over on Gen Con? I was able to get that. I've downloaded, I've uploaded it to my YouTube, so you can hang out on YouTube and find it there and watch it if you like. I plan on doing more of that. And then, you know, you'll find me on Thursday as regular, and then Friday for Kolos. And that's all. That's it. Thank you for being here. If you want, you can like follow, join the Discord. We've got all the socials right up there. And I'm gonna go eat some food and put on a turtleneck and a fisherman's vest and a fisherman's cap. And I will see you maybe in an hour. If not, I will see you around the Discord. And yeah, I am very excited for all of that. And y'all are awesome. And look, this weekend's gonna be me writing like a maniac. I've got a lot of writing to do for the secret project. I want to try to get it done by the end of this weekend, but I also got weird grading stuff to do. So I'll probably be around letting you know how I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for being amazing. And we will have more Outer Worlds later. I'm gonna eat some food. I'm not raiding, I'm eating food. Take care, everybody. Bye.